On to another part of Jack 3, in which we're going to be going back to the desert in order to do some more missions. So, yeah, it's cutscene right about now. And we're back! Okay, so, what are we doing here then? Well, there's a car mission for us, so we gotta go driving around, and it's been given us by, I believe, Sig in this one, so hopefully it's worth it, and, you know, not going to be a bit of a waste on us. Hopefully it's some great importance, other than just driving around doing some stupid shit for the city.
Well, the storm's really churning the sand. Scanners show a few new artifact sightings. You two up for some rough riding?
Sure. I can race with the best of them.
Good. Take the vehicle and bring us back some booty. You know the drill. Get to the artifacts first and they're yours to claim. Wasteland or right. Go get them!
Yeah, we're just doing this again. So, we're gonna go around getting some more of these items while the storm's happening, but we don't have to actually go back while the storm's coming. The storm just kind of fucks off before we even need to go back, so... yeah, they kind of forgot the whole point of the storm being dangerous, and it doesn't ever play into anything anymore. I don't know why. They could have kept going with the whole storm thing and making it a very dangerous hazard, but nope, it's just we get this, but no need to go back to the actual city. There's no rush. We can stick around the desert as much as we want. So, in this one, all we have to do is collect a whole bunch of items. This is like the harder version of that, essentially. But the only reason it's harder is because it's a lot more enemies trying to kick her ass. And it's a lot more wild where the items are. Making a lot of, like, tight turns to get over to those items. Luckily we do have our boost though, so we can utilize boost from the enemies in order to get these items without much worry of the timer. Ultimately, it's not even that hard, even though we are forced to use this vehicle, and this vehicle is not that fast, but still, it is good enough to get through this entire mission no problem. There is one part where you might get confused, because this is a long one, honestly, and that is, there is an item that requires you to essentially go under a bridge, and if you don't know that, you might end up having to do a thing where you essentially jump off the bridge to get to the item, which is a dumb thing to do. But if you know where it is, you're fine. The rest of this is fairly easy, as long as you don't get fucked by enemies, which can happen, because the enemies just love to ram into you more than allowed to shoot you, because they're dicks. They're not the worst thing in the game, but they're dicks. Honestly, this is not a hard mission. You'll make it through. It's just long, really. It goes on for a few minutes because of its length. There's a lot of items I collect during this whole storm thing. And yeah, visually it looks like the storm is appearing right now, because you can see sort of the dust effect, and you know, it's starting to get dark now. I'm pretty sure it's just a turn to night now. But, you know, there is a dust effect happening, so you might be thinking, well, that's the storm, right? Maybe? But at the same time, it's not. It's not even close to what the storm actually is. And also, I fucked it right here. So because I fucked it, I can't do that jump thing, which I should have failed here. But I got lucky and got the item before time ran out, at like a second remaining. If I missed that, that would have been it. So, yeah, that was lucky. But other than that, you know, if I didn't fuck it, this whole thing would have been a breeze, and I would not have gotten under 10 seconds the entire time for this one. It is that simple. There is one thing, however. When you get to the final item of this entire little trail, it's not like these other precursor items. It's in fact a unique item that is required for the story of the game. And we're about to get that right now. So what exactly is this all-important item for the game? The Hollow Cube. Yeah, we got a cube. That's it. And yeah, we do have to go back, but we already got the items, so we're basically done now.
Yeah, the hollow cube. That's one of the items we need for the forest. Good work. Keep looking for more.
Jack, this is Sid. I hear you're in the market for eco crystals. Well, I know where one is, but it won't be a cakewalk. In other words, we got some serious metalhead hunting to do. I'll meet you at the Metalhead Desert Nest. I'm counting on you.
There's a lot of talking going on. And there'll be more talking as I go over and do that side mission. But, basically, one thing, how the fuck did Kira even know we did that? 2, we got some more vehicles, Dust Demon and Desert Streamer. And 3, we got 2 missions now. We can either go over and see what that crown's about, or go to the cave.
Another time freeze challenge is afoot. Get to the end before time runs out. And remember to hit the freeze tokens as widely as you can.
Or we can go to the side missions, like the harder version of the time trial thing here, of the time stoppers. This one's harder because there's a lot of gaps and not a whole lot of useful stuff. Also the fact that we're using leapers to get around here, which they are not that fast, and neither is your board. Your board is actually worse for this. Now, you might be thinking, well, going over the normal trials, we go for all these normal sort of areas, and I'll be fine, right? No. If you do that, you're gonna lose, because, like I said, it doesn't give that much time, and unfortunately, it fucks me in the end here, and I do fail this route. I can't do anything about that. But I do succeed in this one. So, how do I succeed? Well, you need to do a thing where you have to go and not only grab these normal ones, but also grab the ones that are out of your reach in a sense. Do not really have to go and do this shit, but it helps. Now, that way is actually not that helpful at all. This is, though. You should have gone for this first, honestly. But yeah, then you have to go back and get the other timers in order to keep going and not get screwed. You kind of have to do this whole back and forth thing in order to make it through this, or otherwise you're going to lose. And it can get obnoxious, but it works, as you can see. So yeah, you kind of have to do this a whole bunch in order to actually succeed here, or else you will fail and never actually beat this time mission ever.
We saw the time travel potential in you from the beginning. You have a true gift.
Thanks. Okay, so now it's time for some more stuff.
Face this difficult ring challenge and show us your mettle.
Like a ring challenge, which is also just kind of meh. It's sort of in the easy spectrum of the meh side, though. Sure, so there's not a lot of time, and sure, it can be a little lengthy, but it's extremely basic, and it doesn't do any bullshit on you. It's fairly fine. It does have some challenge to it with its positionings with the rings, but otherwise, you know, along this water, for instance, but otherwise, it's not hard, it's not a huge challenge, it's also, you know, not a whole lot of easy, but it is basic and simple, so ultimately, it's pretty much just in the easy spectrum of the in-between. There's nothing else to this. You'll beat this no problem.
Wonderful work, warrior. Again, we are impressed with your ingenuity.
And there you go.
Let us see how fast you really are. If you're fast enough to follow me, you can catch me at the end. Too slow, and I will vanish, as will your hopes to defeat this challenge.
Yep, another follow the leader thing. This one is also fairly easy. It's sort of in the middle of all the ones of this game, honestly. We've already seen the harder one, and we've already seen the easy one. This one is just kinda because ultimately you just go forward. And that's it. It's slow enough that it'll be easy to catch up to this one, and it doesn't pull any tricks on ya, so... Ashes might actually be the easiest one, actually. Never mind. This is the easiest one. You'll make it for this, no problem. There's no difficulty here at all. The game makes it very, very simple on where it's going, and doesn't try to trick you at all.
Very nice moves. You are showing great promise. Heroes must have quick feet. Get to this spot in time for a reward.
And now we go get some more precursor orbs in some place like that bridge there, which I actually fucked up on the first time, even though they have given me about 22 seconds to find this. This is easy to you and obvious to you, but I fucked up. Just kidding, I didn't. It was right there. Simple as.
Excellent. I see such promise in you.
Okay, and now we gotta look at the map. And there are some more left, so we're gonna go ahead and do those first. Like this one right over here.
Heroes must have quick feet. Get to this spot in time for a reward.
Now, this one is also pretty easy, because it's by that bridge. It's very obvious where it is. You should not miss this at all. And now for this one right over here.
Move quickly to this spot and show me why we should trust the fate of this world to you.
And now it's over there. Might be a little confusing for you on where it is, but it is still by the water, so, you know, it's not that difficult. Ultimately, all of these are kind of gimmies. In a sense, they have no real challenge to them, and I forgot the fact it's by water, so I failed this one.
We are concerned you lack the burn.
But yeah, then I noticed the water over to the right there, and I'm just like, oh, it's over there. So yeah, I used the board to get over there. It's gonna be fine if you use these fucking things or the board, because otherwise it's not a really difficult thing to find.
Very good. You give us hope for the future.
And now to end this, remember those pipes that we see with all the precursor orbs? We can grind them now, which means I can now get all the precursor orbs that are around here in the city. But I didn't because I missed a few. But don't worry, we'll get to them when we get to them. But as you can see, we have now reached past the 200 threshold of all of our precursor orb collecting. Because the game really just gives you a whole lot of precursor orbs at this point with its challenges. It is insane how many challenges you end up getting after that race, that little collect the item bullshit, and pretty much how much you can actually get in the end of all of it. But yeah, there you go. There's that, and now over on this side to get these precursor orbs here, which by the end of this we should get over 250 precursor orbs in total for the entire game. So yeah, it's very forgiving and very helpful in game for completion. And there's the last ones up in this building. Yeah, they really give you a lot here. And boom, 250. So, we don't have that much left, because we need to get about, what, 600? So we're nearing the halfway point of our precursor orb count already. So the first thing, do the crown first, because then it will lead us to the cave anyway. Don't do it the other way around, it just makes things longer. So what is the crown? What does Deimos want from us?
Keeping people alive out here, keeping them full of hope, it can be daunting.
I'd say you've made a good life here.
You too must make a life, Jack. Take your destiny into your own hands. Look, sand cannot keep a shape by itself, but add water, and it becomes malleable. Fate can be such if you add the right element.
Eco.
Our minds think alike. My monks say the world is coming to an end, but I am a survivor. I say we live on long after this world dies. Be ready. You are shaping up to be one of my finest warriors, and I'll need you for the trials ahead. I mustn't lose you, like I lost my son.
You had a child?
Long ago. But much has been sacrificed in this war so that others could live. Anyway, it matters not. We're having serious trouble with marauders lately. I want you to take a vehicle and hunt down their warrior patrols. Go, and make war your own.
He's really good at getting us pumped up for this shit, hey. Also, that thing about him having a child, you know, being that it was a son, that's totally not hinting at anything. Nah. Anyway, now it's time for this mission, which involves a vehicle, which I can choose. I have a good number of vehicles at my disposal. Not that one, not the Ramrod, but I have the Desert Screamer now, which can be of great use, but I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to use not the Heat Seeker, but the Dust Demon. The Dust Demon, for some people, being the best vehicle of the game. So, I'm going to use it. Now, this mission is interesting in that your targets are these fired up, exploding, suicidal bombers, I guess. And the other one being the red targets, which are catapult vehicles? They're weird, but they all go down in about 1 to 2 hits. Except for the last one. You see, the game didn't want to make this too easy, because the game knew you gotta take them all down in about 2 hits, really. It's not a hard challenge to get through. It's very basic and simple, and doesn't require a whole lot of thinking. But not when you get to the last one. And to be fair, the AI here is also kind of dumb, and they also just stop trying to be on fire and, you know, just try to attack you normally. But the whole point of this is to avoid damage to the castle, to our walls of the city, and protect the entire city as much as possible, which is very, very easy when you got this weapon here, which essentially shoots out grenades at a straight line, no problem. Much more better and damaging than using a machine gun. But when we get to the last one, we have to take it down in about 5-6 hits. Because they didn't want to make this too easy, so you gotta take more damage to it in order to win. It doesn't make much sense, but that's how it works. Also, I get stuck. So that sucks. That can happen. But hey, it's dead, and I get an arm for it. And that is the beam generator. And that's it.
This is seen. Marauders have attacked one of our artifact digs and stolen a very important item. We think they may have taken it to their stronghold. We would be most grateful if you find their outpost and retrieve it. We'll make it worth your while. I promise.
Okay then. Well, I could go to the cave now, or I can go and do this right now with the this hopper here. And this is unique in the fact that it is a new area. because I also can't go to the cave now for some reason. I don't know why they left the cave here after doing that mission, but they do. But don't worry, we'll do the cave in the next part. We'll get to that. But right now, we're going to go ahead and head on forward to this castle in between the water here. What is the purpose of it? Well, apparently it is the Marauders' castle, I guess. Their little area, their little arena, in a sense. And we are heading right into it because reasons. I guess to get an item. So we go inside, and obviously it's a trap. Like, do you really think it wasn't going to be a fucking trap now? So here's the thing. Get out of your vehicle, as you will obviously do, and get out your yellow gun, and just keep spin kicking, keep shooting. Because all you have to do is just kill like 65 enemies and you're done. All the while, they will shoot these catapults at you and files will pop out. But if you keep moving, they're never going to hit you. And if you keep using this weapon here and you keep shooting with this, not only that, but they're always going to die even before they even make it to the area. And the game always gives you a hint on where the fire is going to be landing, so you're going to know where it's going to be. And that's it. Except it's not it, because this is only like the first half of this mission. Once you get through this whole little arena wave fight here, suddenly they decide, well, fuck! We can't beat a guy that has ricochet bullets going over the goddamn place. Let's get the fuck out of here! And they do. So now we get back in our vehicle and chase after them to blow them all up. All 4 of them. But yeah, there's a problem. We are timed to take out 3 of the 4. And also there's now Bridges here to help us out. But yeah, there's a timer for 3 of these 4 guys. The last one doesn't have a timer. I don't know why, but you can keep going on forever with that guy, even though the whole point of this timer is because if it takes too long, they'll escape. But they're right there, and it doesn't really change for any of them. So who exactly is escaping if the last one doesn't have a timer and it's gonna be there forever? Why isn't he escaping like these other 4, like other 3? I don't know. But all we gotta do is catch up to them, destroy them, and we're good to go. So we only have 1 more left. But the problem is, as soon as you go past this city, as soon as you go past this wrecked city, and you get over to this hill over here, the AI decides to kamikaze the fuck out of you. And I also do that, which screws me over. But ultimately, as we go forward from this point on, the enemy will now do a thing where they will constantly get in your way. And even though the tactic here is to jump over them, if you don't have a boost in hand, which I don't, I'm gonna get fucked. So, yeah, we're gonna roll around. I'm always gonna fail this one. That, I knew I was gonna fail this one from the get-go. But don't worry, because I have jump cutting. And because the jump cutting powers, I can take you to when I beat the 3rd motherfucker. So, unique message for failing. Marauders escaped. But yeah, now we're going for this guy. And I killed the other 2 very quickly. Because when you actually restart the entire thing, you basically start in the vehicle. And they are restarted to their very starting point at the beginning. Which means that when you actually do this the first time, they will be further away than if you just redid this mission from that point and were automatically in the vehicle from there on. which then they will be a short distance away from you, and you can get through as much quicker. It's weird. Anyway, this. Notice how there's no timer. I can literally take my time in order to take care of this. There is no rush. There is no sense of urgency like the other three. I can just kill this guy at my own leisure, which I do. And he has... Give me the item, please.
Good work, hero.
The prism.
I mean, Jack. And you too, Orange Lightning. We are grateful for your help. It is possible I may have misjudged you too. That artifact is called the Precursor Prism. It will be of use to you. Please, keep it as a sign of our gratitude.
Sure thing. And also, we now go to the cave where Sig is waiting for us still. And, yes, I will activate the cutscene and Sig before we end this part.
There you are. I was beginning to think you chickened out. I saw an eco crystal in this place, and it's yours if you want it. Trouble is, metalheads have been spotted here en masse. But we wouldn't want those nasty boys to just move back in here without a welcoming party, would we? Let's go give them a big surprise.
Sig is the best. Okay, next time, in Jack 3, we're going to be going through and playing with Sig again in the cave. With a lot of fucking precursor orbs. We are actually halfway through, which is nice. See you then.